Hello Flosstube, it's Lori of MischievousStitches. I want to welcome all of you to my channel this weekend. I'm very glad that you're here with me. It's been about 2 weeks since I last filmed. I did decide about a month and a half to 2 months ago that because I have a garden and I knew I would want to spend a lot of my time in the garden and less time stitching, that I was going to go to every 2 weeks. But on the flip side of that, not only do I have that time to do the gardening, but I'm not being prompted to film a video when it's the week to film. And a lot of that is it becomes a habit when I do it every weekend. I know when I get up, I start preparing or I have things set aside, and I don't want the breaks in between videos to get longer and longer because I'm not feeling that prompt. So I'm going to go back to filming every week, every Saturday or Sunday, and sharing my progress, even if it's only a 15-20 minute video, to share what I've been up to and to say hello to all of you. Like I said, just so that the break in between the videos will not get longer, because I'm scared that's what's going to happen. So as far as the gardening goes, we've had a lot of rain in June, which is very common here in South Carolina. But we're now into July and the raining has not stopped. In fact, it's been storming here today. And I love a good summer storm because there's always lightning and thunder that accompanies those storms. But I live on just as the outer rim of a valley. So when you have those thunderstorms, it's like I feel it inside of me, like it just reverberates through that valley up onto this hill. And I love the sounds of a good thunderstorm. And they typically last around 30 minutes. But today they're calling for them to be on and off. They were due to start around 8 p.m. They've been going since around noon, off and on all through the day. In fact, every now and then I can hear a rumble, and you may hear it too, of thunder. With that being said, what's happening in my garden is my cucumbers, although I have harvested cucumbers and had enough to share, I'm having something on the leaves called powdery mildew. And I've looked up reference points on that online, and it's kind of confusing for a new gardener because it not only does it say it can be caused by overwatering and lack of airflow through the bottom of the plant and the soil, but it can also be to extreme heat, which we have both here in our area. It was just, I think, 91 yesterday, but the day before it was 99, and that's without the heat index. And the heat index for us is just lots and lots of humidity. So that moisture's in the air, so it's not evaporating correctly. I'm making an assumption by what I've read that the powdery mildew is caused by all the rain that we're having right now. And I'm not going to complain about the rain because there's years we don't have it and we really suffer. But this year we've got the rain. It's here, but it's overwatering my cucumbers. I noticed when I went out yesterday to check on things to see how my tomatoes and my cucumbers and my peppers are doing, I could just smell the smell of those leaves, and I know that's the powdery mildew. So I think I'm ready to pull them out this week. I'm going to try to replace them with something else because we have a really long growing season here in South Carolina, which I'm thankful for. I think I can get something else in the ground and at least get somewhat of a harvest from those plants before the end of our growing season. My tomatoes, I've harvested several Romas. I have beefsteaks and Better Boys that are just beginning to turn red, so they are doing well, and this rain is really going to help them. I've gotten lots of banana peppers already, which is one of my favorite peppers. I could just eat those right off the plant. And my jalapenos, I have a few that I could probably pick today, but I'm going to give them 1 or 2 more days, especially with this rain, and then I'm going to pull those. I'm very excited about this little garden. I talk about it every video. I share photos of my flowers and my vegetables on Instagram. And all of you, you're just so supportive, and it feels like y'all are just excited along with me. So I want to thank you for that. But let's get into the stitching. So when I shared with you last weekend that I would be starting on the 4th of July, I may not have shared it. I'm not sure, but if I did, just forgive me. Because I think I filmed on the 4th of July, and I was starting a stitch along with my friends Mary, Natasha, and Donna. And this is God Bless America by Erica Micheals Designs. It was a quick and easy stitch. I think there's either 4 or 5 colors. One of them are DMC and the others are specialty threads. I didn't have those, and when I ordered this piece, I ordered it from my local shop. Well, I say local to me shop, which is Stitch and Frame Shop in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And they mailed it out to me, and they did not have the called for specialty flosses. So they sent the DMC conversion, which is what I asked for. This piece also calls for 37 count corn tassel linen. I am doing it on, I think it's on platinum linen, a 36 count platinum knit linen, which is one of my favorites. And I'm going to share it with you, my finish. So I started this on the 4th and I finished it, I think on the 30th or 31st. That's not right. That was the other one. I started it on the 4th of July. I finished the other Patriotic piece on the 30th or 31st. But anyway, it took me, I want to say it was about a week, a little over a week, 10 days to stitch it. It was a quick, easy stitch. I stitched this in hand. I used 1 strand of floss. And because there's not a whole lot of color changes, this went really fast. It went a lot faster than I anticipated it stitching up, which made me happy. So I want to share with you my back. And I do, like I said, I stitch in hand. I don't like to carry between words. I will carry between letters in the words, but not between the words. But this is my piece. So after finishing that Patriotic piece last weekend, and just to refresh or to share with the ones that weren't here at the last video, this is Stars and Stripes Forever by Bent Creek Designs. So I started and finished this one and shared it in my last video. Then I picked up and worked on and gave a lot of time to my red sampler. You know, as many of you know that watch me often, I usually stitch a thread into this piece, at least 1 thread every day before bed. So I may work on like this one, but before I go to bed, I will at least put 1 thread in my red sampler. And I want to share with you what that sampler is. It is Anne Womack by Shakespeare's Peddler. Now this, of course, is the antique piece. I'm stitching mine on Country Mocha, 40 count Country Mocha linen with 1 strand of DMC 3777 over 2 linen threads. Let me share with you my progress. I've gotten a lot done. I'm very happy with it. So this is the first page. It's not completed. I've got another row of the larger alphabet that you see here, and then another banding, and then I have some over one alphabet, and then I drop into the main area. Let me share here. Then I'll drop it in this main area. And I'm eager to get started on that because it contains over 1 stitching. And it's not that I don't enjoy over 1 stitching. It just can become tedious if I stitch it all in one time. So I like to get to the over 1 stitching and maybe put a thread or so into that and move over to something, you know, the over 2 stitching somewhere else. I do have to wear not only my readers, but some magnifiers to stitch on this one. But I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to continue to work on this in this coming week. I'm just enjoying it so much. But I'm also going to work on this in addition to, let me fold this and put it away. I started a piece last night. I've just been itching to do something small, something to knock out. I've enjoyed finishing 2 pieces within the past month, and they're both been the Patriotic pieces. I've enjoyed that, but I wanted to stitch on something quick and fun, and so I picked up this oldie but goodie. This is a heartstrings. This is a January Kringle calendar. So I had him kitted up with the threads, DMC threads, the linen, everything. So I just pulled him out. Not everything. I don't have that little charm there. I do have the beads. He does have beads. Let me show you the threads. So it has just the clear DMC Mill Hill beads, seed beads. And then it has a chronic braid, a silver. And then here are the colors. So the pattern's from 2001, so the colors are dated, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to finish it up and have him on my tree this year. And let me share with you where I'm at. So I hope to have him finished next weekend for you. Here I am. So as you can see, I've got all of the bottom of his coat. And he's actually ice skating. So I've got all of his coat, the checkerboard at the bottom. And I had every color kitted with him except for 3773, I think it was, or 74, which is going to be his face. And all those thread boxes I have, and the thread on floss rings, you'd think I would have 3774. It was the same thing in the last video. I had made a start on the Mexican sampler. I'm stitching along with Yanni here on Flosstube, and it was the same thing. I had all the thread colors but one. So I'm gonna have to make a Hobby Lobby run. That's the reason I've not picked up the Mexican sampler again. I need to make a run, and I wanted to wait till I had a list and not just run up there for just one skein. So now I can get 2 skeins. But there's where I'm at. You can already see a little bit of difference between this and that. And I'm stitching this one, of course, on a Q-snap. And I use pieces of just felt. They're like, I want to say 4 for $1. The little sheets of felt at Hobby Lobby. And I put them between my fabric and my Q-snap so that when, like here, and you can see where it's getting fuzzy here. That's not only where I use it with the Q-snap, but I hold it like this. That way my hand, you know, I always wash my hands, but just in case I'm stitching too long, my palm gets sweaty, or handles, they're not getting on my fabric, they're getting on this felt. And then because it's so cheap, this one's starting to get ratty, so probably after I finish this piece, I'll just trash this piece, and then I'll just pull out another sheet. But when I get them, I'll get 4 at the time and just have them on hand. And I get light colors because there are a lot of times I've found that because they do get fuzzy like this over time, that if I'm not careful, I will stitch some of the fuzzies into my stitching, and then I try to pick them out. So I do get light colors. Usually the tan or the cream is usually what I get. And then here I am with pink on there, but hey. So that's that. And then last video, I also did a giveaway, and let me get my names. I have not commented on their comments, but after filming this video, I will. The winner for the Stars and Stripes Forever Bent Creek pattern, I asked everyone who was interested to say Old Glory, and that's gonna be MelyEllyStitches. She left a comment down below, and I'll comment on her comment. If you will, there's a email address below. Send me your name and mailing address, letting me know you've won this giveaway, and I'll be sure to mail this out to you this week. And the second one I was giving away was a gift from a friend, Lady Tooth Doc. She did do a Flosstube some time back. She no longer does, and she sent me the spare copy. She had bought 2 of these by accident, and she wanted to share one with you. So there's this one. The winner for this one is Georgie McDougall. Georgie, if you again will leave me email me at the email address below, which is MischievousStitches@gmail.com, with your mailing address within the next day or so, I will drop this into the mail to you this week. And in addition to that, I have 2 others I'm going to share this week. So I've got 2 pieces that I want to give away. One of them is going to be this one. It's just the pattern. It came as a kit, but this is just the pattern because I've used the kitted supplies. And I'm using the Sweetheart Tree LOVE squared. I stitched this or finished this up as a WIP this year, and I finished it up into a thread keep. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I have it displayed over there, but I wanted to share it with everyone again. for those that may be interested, it's got iridescent threads in the fabric, and then it has beads and sequins in there. So if you're interested in here, don't say giveaway. Just mention in the comments something about your sweetheart, and I will use that word to pull the next giveaway winner using the random comment generator. And then the other one I'm going to be giving away is God Bless America, the one I just finished up. It's a brand new pattern. It's been out for a couple of months now. If you're interested in this, just say something about God Bless America in the comments below. Like, again, don't mention that it's a pattern that's being given away. Just use it in a sentence, or just say God Bless America in the comments. So I want to thank everyone for visiting with me again. I will be back next weekend, and I will announce the giveaway winners on that video, but I will pull those winners probably for next Friday night. So if you're interested in those, make sure you comment below. And until next time, hugs and stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.